What's up, you guys? I'm gonna be just recording my podcast. I'm here at work, and I'm going out of town, so I'm not able to do it at home like I normally do. So I thought it'd be fun just to have you guys join me. I'm using my mic for the podcast, so hopefully it comes out good. I'm not really sure how it's gonna be, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. It shouldn't be too long, but if once I start, obviously I can't really respond to you because I'm recording the podcast for podcast listeners. So if I'm just talking, they won't understand who I'm talking to if I respond. So here, but I just thought it'd be fun if you could join me. And if you like what I'm saying, definitely give me some hearts and let me know you agree or not. This podcast is, hey Thomas, how you doing? This podcast is going to be going over the Disneyland 60th birthday and kind of like how I feel about it and why I even care about Disney. But here we go. Oh, hold on, something happened here. Go back here. Why can't I hear it? And make sure I can hear it in here. There we go. Okay. Now we're good to go. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I'm going to start it right now. Like I said, if you agree, just give me some hearts with what I'm saying. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode, I should say, of Talk About the Magic. This episode, podcast number 11. How are you doing today? Today I'm actually periscoping at the same time that I'm podcasting, so if I get distracted, I apologize. I'm trying not to, but in case you don't know what Periscope is, it's a free app that you can get, and you can just search for my name at Disney Magic News or the hashtag staymagical, and you'll be able to follow me there and see whenever I periscope. I try to periscope once a day at least, so definitely follow me there, and I'd love to be able to get to know who you are and why you like Disney and everything like that. So I'll stop with the Periscope plug. But so today the episode of what I'm talking is regarding the Disneyland 60th birthday. Now, if you're not aware, Disneyland's birthday was actually July 17, 2000. Well, I mean the original date. I'm not saying the original date. I'm saying today. It was Friday, July 17th, of when the birthday for the Disneyland opening was, and it kind of got me thinking because for a lot of people this is just kind of like a it's just a cool thing, and that it is a cool thing. But for me, it kind of got me thinking of why do I care? Like, why does Disneyland matter? Why does Walt Disney matter? What's the big deal? Like, are we gonna make this big of a deal when it's Walmart's birthday? You know what I mean? So, but I asked myself that, and I started thinking, okay, it is a big deal for a lot of things. Now, you may not personally care for Walt Disney. You may not personally care for his brother. You may not personally care for even the parks, and that's totally fine. I honestly don't know them, so I don't know them personally, so I can't really say that I care for them personally either. But I do care for the attitude that they had, and let me kind of explain that, because it's very easy for us to kind of quickly judge and say, this person wasn't good because of such and such reason, and those could be very valid reasons. But I think when it comes to talking about Walt Disney, talking about his family, and talking about what we see in Disney nowadays, it's a little different, because I feel when we look up to these kind of people, you shouldn't be looking to them personally, because yes, we all make mistakes, but none of us are perfect. But you should be looking up to what they achieved and how they achieved it, in the sense of when we see Walt Disney's history and of where he came from. He had every reason to not succeed the way he did. He had every reason to kind of just throw in the towel. Many opportunities to quit and to be justified by quitting. I mean, it makes perfect sense. But what we saw was a kind of determination that we rarely see, and what's even more amazing is it was a determination that continued even when he left, when he passed away. And I think that's what really strikes me, because he left behind an idea, an imagination, a dream, and that has been carried on through his family. That has been carried on through people who work at the parks, in the movies, and it's interesting because it's carried on through people like me and people like you. For me personally, like I said, from the very first episode of Talk About the Magic on the podcast, Disney World became a special place for me because of what I saw with my own eyes. And I saw so many families being able to be together, and I felt how amazing it felt being at the park and not having to worry about the outside world. Like, you literally are in your own world. And it was a fantastic feeling because all I did was focus on my family. And in today's world, it's very hard to do that sometimes. You kind of get sidetracked and you kind of, lose sight of things, and you get distracted and you get caught up in work, you get caught up in school. But there, it was so locked in, and it was just a whole different kind of feeling where all of a sudden my family and I were like the focal point. And even though we were having fun on rides, even though we were having fun eating some amazing, amazing food, that's what I remember mostly, it was still about being together. And to me, that's why these parks mean so much. And that's why Walt Disney in that sense meant so much. Because like I said, he only did so many movies. He didn't do Toy Story. He didn't do maybe the movies that you fell in love with. But the idea that he had from the very beginning is lived through these films. It's lived through Inside Out. It's lived through Toy Story. It's lived through Rapunzel. It's lived through Lion King. All of these films, because what he had was a dream, and he said this dream needs to continue. And he was able to do that through the parks. He was able to do that through the movies. And so the fact that it's a birthday, when you think about it, it's a milestone because it's 60 years of this park being open. And to me, it means so much because it's 60 years of bringing families together. And that is, like I said, a really big rarity. It's very hard for things, for a company even, to do something like that. I mean, when's the last time you went to, I'm going to just throw Walmart again, just because that's where I shop mostly, but when was the last time you went to Walmart and as a family you were like, what a wonderful place, and all I could think about was being together with my family? Like, no, most of the time when you're in Walmart, you're like, you got to go. It's very rare to find a company that, and an idea that really focuses on the family in that way. And to me, that's what really makes it stand out, because this is 60 years of bringing families together. This is 60 years of bringing a smile to people's faces. And it's not perfect, and they definitely make mistakes, and maybe they make stands that you don't agree with, and that's okay. That's part of being human. We're all different. But at the same time, the main focus of why it all started, and what became of it, I should say, maybe that's not why it started, but what became of it is what's amazing. Because like I said, what has become of it, from what you see, is happiness, joy. There is an understanding that when you're there, you can't be sad. I mean, you have the cast members who are completely devoted on making your experience the best experience. When the actors and the actresses are doing the role play of, Rapunzel or Snow White, they're in the character. And they're not in the character because they're trying to show off their acting chops. They're in the character because they're trying to make you live in that fantasy and understand that these people are real. Snow White was a real person, you know what I mean? And that is a really cool feeling, because of the fact that it brings a smile on your face. It brings a smile into the child inside you. It brings a smile to the child that you may be bringing to the parks. I can't tell you how many people I saw with a smile. And so to me, that's what makes it so important, having these kind of things existing the way they do. Because like I said, it's a place that no matter what happens, you kind of lose the outside world, and you're able to kind of focus on what's going on around you, and focus on your family, and have a smile on your face, and have a smile on the other people's face, and just kind of keep spreading. And here's what got me excited: going to the park and seeing that, coming back and saying, and then finding so many awesome people who felt the same way, and who understand that, there is so much more than just a ride being a ride. It's about the atmosphere. It's about what it brings to you, and it's about how it makes you feel inside, and makes you want to share that. And that's a rarity too. It makes you want to share that kind of joy that you get, that kind of happiness you get from these things. And that to me is what really, really makes it stand out, where I say it is worth. I mean, I'm not saying you have to celebrate it. I'm not saying to go buy a cake in honor of the birthday of Disneyland or Walt or Disney World or anything else. But what I'm saying is, it should help you to celebrate the idea behind it, and say, you know what? I may not agree with who he was. I may not agree with what they do as a company now. I may not agree with, I may not agree with a lot of things. But what I can agree with is that the joy that it brings to family members, that joy that it brings to me, is something that should be experienced and should be continued any way possible. So now this podcast normally is longer, but I this is just a short one, because like I said, I'm actually, well, actually, I didn't tell you guys on the podcast. I told this to the Periscope viewers, but on the podcast, I'm actually going out of town, so I'm doing this from a headphone, Apple headphone, the earbuds, I should say. So I'm hoping it's going to sound good, but that's why it's a little shorter today. But I just wanted to bring that up. And I wanted to know what it means to you. I want you to comment. Go to talkaboutthemagic.com, and I want you to comment on this podcast episode and tell me what it means to you. How do you feel when you think about Disney? What does it mean to you? Does it mean childhood? Does it mean memories with your parents? Does it mean memories with your kids? Does it mean a smile on your face? Does it bring back memories of going with your friends to a movie theater to watch one of these films, or to go to the parks, or to play the games even? Like, what does it mean to you as far as the actual idea behind it? So I'd love to get your opinion. I'd love to know how you feel about that. So comment. Like I said, you can go to talkaboutthemagic.com. I have the show notes in there, so you can definitely check out the website and the YouTube channel, everything like that. But I'll be posting this replay as well, this video replay. If you're interested, whoever is listening to some podcast, if you're interested in seeing it, you can see it on the YouTube channel. I'll be posting it up there as well. But I definitely would love to get a comment, get your feedback. Let me know what you think. But that was just for today, episode 11. Just happy birthday to Disneyland, and to all the people enjoying the 60 Diamond celebration. I hope they're having a great time. And thanks so much for listening, and I hope to catch you on the next podcast. So yes, thanks for listening. And as always, whenever... Okay, I'm going to have to redo that part. Thanks so much for listening. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, have a great night, day, weekend, whenever you're listening to this. And as always, stay magical. Okay, I have to redo that last part. I'm editing it. Okay. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Like I said, I thought it'd be fun to do the podcast here, to do it live, and so hopefully you guys liked it, a little different. And if you liked it, let me know. You liked it, Thomas? Yeah. Let me know, especially if you're watching on the replay. I don't think you can comment, but yeah, let me know, I guess, through the hearts, if you did like it, because I do the podcast, like I said, weekly. So, man, I didn't even, do my hair or nothing. I do the podcast weekly, so if you do like this, let me know, and I'll make sure to stream out the podcast at the same time I'm doing it on Periscope. So, I hope you guys liked it. I'm going to finish editing this up so that way I can get it uploaded and ready for the website and everything, because, like I said, I'll be out of town, so I need to make sure this is all ready to go. So be sure to listen to the Talk About the Magic podcast. Any of the podcast streamings that you use, whether on iPhone or Android, just search Talk About the Magic and you'll find it. So be sure to subscribe, rate, and review. As well, you can go to talkaboutthemagic.com, listen to it there. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the Periscope. Tomorrow, I'll probably be going to the Disney store. I'll be visiting Houston, so I'll probably be going to the Disney store in Houston, so I'm going to try to Periscope from there. Well, the news today, probably not, because I'm going to be driving, going to Houston, so I don't think they'll be able to do the news today. That's why I wanted to do this, so at least I can get something out there. And honestly, the news today was just going to be covering Disneyland birthday as well. So it's not a. I mean, this is probably better than what you were going to get in the news, because it was actually more descriptive than what I would give. But so like I said, though, be sure to check out the replay, and I'll be putting this on the YouTube channel though too, Thomas. So you can definitely watch it there in case you missed anything. But yeah, guys, I'm going to finish editing this. Thanks so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe, where you'll find more videos like this and other videos. Have a great night, day, weekend, and I'll see you on the next broadcast. Thanks for watching.